Good evening, ma'am.
We had a computer class, so again, psychology classes today. Okay. So, what did we learn in the last class? If you don't revise, you'll forget it in the between. So, yes, Aishwarya, can you tell me?
About genotype and phenotype.
Okay. What is genotype, Levina?
The genetic makeup or the genetic characteristics is known as genotype.
Okay. And the physical characteristics are called what, Ashish?
Phenotype.
Phenotype, yes. And apart from genotype, phenotype, or the hereditary characteristics, what other factors influence development? Meghna,
Environmental.
environmental factors. So that topic is clear, right? We'll move on to the next topic. And what is the next heading? Do you have the textbook with you? Read out.
Context of development.
Context of development. Context of development means we already discussed this. Whatever kind of development is taking place in human beings, it occurs in the environment or in the socio-cultural context of the individual. Now, the main point that the section is trying to make is development does not take place in vacuum. Means in space, it doesn't happen out of nowhere. It happens in a particular context. It happens around the person. Wherever the individual is living, he or she has a context or he or she has an environment around. So any kind of development, whether it be psychological or biological or any kind, happens in a particular context. And in order to understand this phenomena, or in order to prove the phenomena that development happens in a context, we have a particular model. This model was given by Yuri Bronfenbrenner. And I asked you to take a pen and a book while you come to the class. Did you take? Did you all take? Yes. Okay, please write down the spelling. Yuri Bronfenbrenner. Uri. That is first name. And second name is Bronfenbrenner. In the lower part of the picture, you have that name. Bronfenbrenner. 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 And please write this 3 times repeatedly. First time you look and write. Second time you try writing with spelling. And third time you write it without looking. Just write. Yuri Bronfenbrenner. Right? Write it 3 times. I'm gonna repeat. Don't fake it. You guys made so much of spelling mistakes in the last exam. I can see people smiling. Finished? Okay. This model was put forward by Yuri Bronfenbrenner. It is also called ecological systems theory. But here you just have to learn that contextual view of development is given by Yuri Bronfenbrenner. And according to Yuri Bronfenbrenner, we have different layers or different systems in the context of the individual. So in this picture, you can see in the center, you have the individual and you have micro, meso, exo, macro, and the Chrono System around. Now, before this is that, think of 5 blessings you are very grateful for in your life. Hmm? Any 5 things that you are very grateful for or that you consider as a blessing in your life. Elvina, please turn your video. What? Understood the question? Who would start? Edna, you start. Give me
Um,
5 things that you are
question
very
can,
thankful for.
can you repeat the
Which
question?
are the 5 things? Yeah, I'm repeating. Which are 5 things in your life that you are very grateful for or that you consider as a blessing?
Family, love, care,
Uh,
friends,
That's 3 things.
trust,
Friends. Then
trust.
trust.
And
Okay. Then Aishwarya.
Ma'am,
Your 5 things.
almost the same. I was thinking.
Okay. Okay. Amal. Amal.
Ma'am,
Amal. Yeah. Which are
what are
you
the
5?
question?
Yeah, which are the 5 things in your life that you consider as a blessing in your life, which you are very thankful to God for?
Ma'am, life, life itself is the first one. Uh,
Oh my, yes, very good. Then,
um, 1 second.
yes,
Uh, ma'am, uh, ma'am, he's always saving.
come on.
Ma'am, God is always saving us from danger. So, this,
Oh, that is a blessing.
ma'am, our vision, hearing, everything.
Okay,
Ma'am, awareness.
only that she already. Then, Elvin, what about you?
Parents,
Hmm?
parents, and being myself,
Yes.
and relatives,
Hmm?
and
Three.
sisters, brothers,
Hmm? Then, next, Grishma.
Mm, family, friends,
Hmm?
then
Hmm?
health,
Health,
mm,
yes, very important.
abilities, talents, and the
Okay,
necessary facilities like going to school, education.
yes, that's Anna. What are the things important for you?
Thankful for being alive.
Alive, yes.
Friends.
Friends, the
House.
house, yes. Then that's all. That's all. Ashish. Next. Yes, Ashish. Unmute, unmute.
My family, my health, cousins,
Yes,
friends,
yes.
and my talents.
Hmm. And your
Talents.
talents. Okay. Then Raina. Raina, are you there? I can't see you. Please switch on your video. What about you?
My family, education,
Hmm.
friends,
Hmm.
relatives, like
Hmm.
um, my home and
Okay. Fine. So you all consider all these things as your blessings, and you think that you're fortunate about this, right? And you have gained so much of these from your environment or from the elders, like the values that you told about love, trust, honesty, all these things you have learned from or experienced from your life, from your socio-cultural context. You might have learned the quality of sharing or trust from your friends. Your parents might have taught it. Your grandparents might have taught it, and you have other facilities like housing, your immediate needs. To satisfy your immediate needs, you have food, you have water, you have education, you have the schooling facilities, and you have so much of things, right? And all these things keep on influencing us. It happens in and around us always, and there are a different set of children who lack all these factors also, right? Who might not get proper education, who may lost their parents, who are often at a very early age. So you have to be thankful for all these factors. Now, the system that we are going to learn about, it contains all these factors. Understood? And we have all these factors put into different categories or layers. And you see which layer each the point you told belongs to. And the first, in the middle, we have the individual. Fix the individual in the center. And now we are going to see each system individually. So the first one is micro system. In Bronfenbenner's the ecological system, the first system is micro system. Note down the name, micro system. In the micro system, you have the all the factors that you are directly in contact with. That includes your family, your dad, mom, your grandfather, your grandmother, your siblings, and all. Then your peer group, your close friends belong to this particular microsystem. Then you have the school, the teachers there, the other friends over there, your seniors, your juniors, your classmates, everybody comes into microsystem. Then your immediate neighbors, whom you have close contact with, that also comes under the microsystem. So what comes under the microsystem? Those with whom you have immediate or direct contact, or who belongs to your immediate environment, or who belongs to the individual's immediate environment, falls into the microsystem. Okay. So what all comes in the microsystem, Divina?
Friends, family, neighbors,
Neighbors. Then one more.
friends, family
I-
members,
Where do I belong?
teachers,
Teachers comes in the whole set of
school,
school. Yes. So that forms a microsystem. Now the next system, and for method, I tell you, this one we have the individual, and after that we have the microsystem. And micro and macro, I hope you all are familiar with those terms. Micro and macro, micro lens, macro lens, microsim, macrosim. Yes. So between the micro and macro, we have two things, that is meso and exo. Learn it like that. You fix the individual in the center, and in the immediate context, we have micro. Immediate means micro means small, right? So there we have a it's only small distance between the individual and the micro system. So micro system comes first, fix it there. Then we have the macro system above, but in between we have the meso and exo. Okay. So the second one that we are going to do is meso system. And here it is similar to the microsystem, but in mesosystem, there is interaction between the microsystem, between the factors of the microsystem. What all comes in the microsystem? The teachers, the the parents, the grandparents, the siblings, the neighbors, all of that comes in the micro system. And when they interact with each other, when interactions happen in the micro system, that those interactions fall in the category of meso system. For example, your teachers might have a certain viewpoints about your parents. Your parents might have different viewpoints, or they might like or dislike your friends, your peer group, and these also affect our development, right? If our parents don't approve of our best friends, then we'll be very emotionally very sad about it, right? So it affects our emotional development. That is one example how meso system can influence our development. And here again, coming back to meso system, it contains the relationship between the microsystems. The microsystem, the factors in the microsystem are the parents or the family, the siblings or the grandparents, the teachers, the friends or the immediate neighbors. And when these factors interact with each other, that forms the meso system. Clear? Clear till now? Okay. I told you between the micro and macro, we have two systems, that is meso as well as the exo. Two systems ending with so, meso and exo. So the meso, it's over, it forms the interaction between the micro system. Then we have the exo system. Yes. In this, we have certain institutions or certain categories of things which might influence you. You don't have much direct contact with it. It is one among them is government. The government makes certain rules and regulations, and the whole development process in when you're undergoing all the development process, these influence you. For example, you based on these rules and regulations, your parents might guide you to do this or not to do this, right? So that develops your moral values, what is right and what is wrong. You learn that in your different development stages. So when you are a baby, if I tell you, or if your parents tell you that this is wrong and this is right, the government has put such a rule, will you understand? No, probably not, because the child does not, the baby does not understand the language, the baby does not understand the concept of government also. But when you're an adolescent or when you become an adult, then when the parents tell you that the government has so and so rules to do such behaviors, then you probably might understand. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. So, yeah. So government is one among the factors in ecosystem. Then you have mass media, your multimedia, social media, and all those things. And yeah, your BTS, your money heist, everything comes in the ecosystem. Okay. Then you have the extended family, that is your distant relatives, like your grandfathers, brothers, sister-in-laws, sons, daughters, brothers, siblings. All of those people comes under the extended family or the distant relatives. So they form the ecosystem. Then we also have the workplace settings of your parents or your siblings. That also comes under the exosystem. So what is exosystem? It includes events in social settings where the child does not participate directly, but they influence the child's experiences in the immediate context. So I told you about the government, how it might influence you. Like extended family, also we have when suppose you are of age 25 or so, and your parents are looking for a bride or a groom for you, and at that particular moment, these extended family, these distant relatives might pop up and bring you so many proposals, right? So again, that influences your development process, other stages of development also. When you're going into the middle adulthood, these decisions or opinions from the extended family might influence you. Sir, no. Yes or no? Respond.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. And that is one way in which this exosystem can influence you. And the workplace, if the parents are having problems in their workplace, then that which influence the kids in the house. That is also one way in which exosystem can influence you. So again, we started with the microsystem. Then we have the Meso system where interactions between microsystem takes place. Then we have the Exo system where the individual does not have direct contact, but the working of the exosystem might have the influence on the individual. Then we have after Exo, we have the macro system. And macro system, it's very familiar because we learned a whole chapter on this. That is culture. Does what all factors? Oh, tell me, Meghna, what
Can you
is
repeat the
included in
question?
culture? What is included in culture? What is
Tradition.
culture? Yeah,
It's a
traditions,
traditions, beliefs, mm,
belief systems. Then, Grishma, can you add?
Different
Tradition,
customs.
customs, yes. Then, values. Then, anything else, Aishwarya?
Different types of practices.
Practices, custody practices. Then, religion, language, all these comes under macro system, which is included about the culture in which the person lives in. Okay, so macro system includes the culture in which the individual lives, means uh, the religion, the customary practices, the traditions that they follow, the values that they have, then all these factors comes under the macro system. So macro system is all about the culture. And after in this picture, I'll show you once more. So here, the center of the system forms the individual. And after the individual, we have the micro system where we have the immediate environment of the person, that is the family, the school, the peers, the friends, the neighborhood, and all. Then after that, we have the meso system where we have the interaction between what factors of the what system?
microsystem.
Yes, microsystem. Between the interactions of the microsystem, we have the mesosystem. After the mesosystem, we have the exosystem. And in exosystem, some of the factors are government or the mass media, multimedia. Then we have the distant relatives or our extended family and all those things. The important fact about exosystem is that it is exo. It is somewhere out, but they have influences on the individual. Their interactions have influences on the individual. And after this, we have the macro system, which forms the culture. That is the tradition that includes the different beliefs, the ideologies that people follow, the religion. All these things might come in the macro system. Now, if you notice in this picture, the micro, meso, exo, macro systems with the individual is given in a 2D picture, in a flat surface, right? Did you see? Yes. So after this, we have another dimension, that is the height factor of that circle. That is the chrono system. Hmm? And you have another label there, that is time. Hmm? So that's chrono system, which means it deals with all the events and transitions taking place all throughout the lifespan of this person. That means right from the birth till the person's death, whatever major events are taking place in this person's life comes under the chrono system. And it is a factor of time. Like from birth to death, there is a lot of time there, right? There is a time factor there. So that comes in the Chrono System. I'll give you examples and then you'll understand. Suppose when the child was 5 years old, there was Second World War happening around. So that comes in the that event, that important historical event comes in Chrono System. And suppose when this child was 6 years old, a sibling was born, a brother or sister was born for him or her. That is an event. That is an important event. That comes under the Chrono System. Now, if this child grew up into a very smart adult of age 25, and then his or her parents divorced. That is again a major event which influences his or her development. So that comes under the Chrono System again. Then, if the family faces a very bad financial situation or an economic breakdown, then that is also an important event. So after this event, the child might not get proper nutrition or proper health facilities and all. That is again influencing his or her development. So that is also an important socio-historical event that also comes under the Chrono System. So important events and transitions in a person's life that takes place from all through the lifespan or in between the different stages of development. All those events are considered under the what system? Meghna?
Chrono System.
Chrono System. So that is about the Bronfenbrenner's system. Systems theory, ecological systems theory, it is called otherwise, but here you have the name of contextual view of development. So this is one of the sure questions for your next exam. You have to study it properly. And what is the spelling of Fury Bronfenbrenner? Who all studied? Put your hand up. Yes, tell. Aishwarya.
You
Ashish, tell and I'll ask you last.
U R I
You are,
I
yes,
E B R
you are IE.
V R O N F E N B R E E N N E R.
Okay, very good. Who else studied? Grishma.
URIE
You are
BRONFERIE B BRO Bronfenber BRONFENBRENNER.
okay. Then Elvina.
URIE BRONFENBRENNER.
Okay. Then who else? Meghna. Yes.
URIE BRONFENBRENNER.
Okay. Sana, did you study? Brenna. NNER. Okay. Then Reina, did you study? Boys, study fast.
URIE BRONFENBRENNER.
Okay, very good. Then Ashish and Amal, done? Who would like to go first? Amal.
URIE BRONFENBRENNER.
Okay, very good. Then Ashish, come on. Yes. Yes, Ashish. Tell, unmute.
URIE BRONFENBRENNER. ENBRENNER.
Okay. So please don't make this a wrong spelling in your next exam because this is a very sure question. Okay, this contextual view of development is a very, very, very sure question. Mark it important if you want. And yeah, that's about this system. We have some more about the context of development. We'll study that tomorrow. Any doubts in the current system? Yes, no? Yes or no? At least tell no if you don't have any doubt. What is this?
Mm,
No, ma'am. Okay, then thank you.